What we're going to try to do on this nice pretty day, if possible, is some of this junk that I've drug out of these woods. I mean, they got some big pieces of this metal door, car parts, parts to a chicken coop. That's possibly an old like stove or some sort of appliance, metal, exhaust parts to cars. So we're just going to wrap this up and try to scrap it out instead of just throwing it away. You see our flowers are starting to bloom. It's the 21st of March, so springtime is here. Grass starting to grow, won't be long. Gonna have to start cutting the grass probably another week. It's one reason why I've fought so hard to try to get rid of this, get this area cleaned up before the grass and the weeds start growing up in it. But I mean, as you've seen some of the videos, we moved all the old buildings that was here. There were two there. There were a third building, an outhouse here, and just tons of just fencing. So we removed quite a few trees here. We're slowly getting that cleaned up. But I'll show you another brush pile we had, or metal pile that we have to pick up. All right, here's more metal and junk we're going to get up. It's just pieces of this tin. This is an old, looks like an old stove control panel. All this is picked up out of the yard, just was underneath everything. An old building topper. If I remove, we're going to maybe extend the building with it. We'll come back for a second, load and get this tin. This is all just, it's got big rust holes in the tin, so all that's going to be just taken off for scrap. And this is the good tin that we saved, and saved some of the old barn wood to repurpose it. Not bad. Need more of this junk we accumulated to make it worth a while to take some of this off. Switch on and already does. That's just tin when it comes out too.
Is it a clog or something? What's he doing? Oh, he's trying to see that. That's gonna be hard to
I could roll it off for him too.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he's gonna try. That's a plastic tank, don't it? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get it. Oh, you got it.
Yeah. I'd say it would probably pick the truck up, but you don't get too close to it. Here in a second, I had to hand get all that out, throw the rest of it out by hand.
Toss it down. It doesn't matter where.
Yeah, off to the side.
We gotta get the rest of the stuff out now.
In a second, I'll get it.